R K Narayanan was born in a Tamil Hindu family on 10th October 1906 in Madras. He was one of 8 children, 6 sons and 2 daughters. Narayan was second among the sons, his younger brother. Narayan's writing technique was unpretentious with a natural element of humor about it. It focused on ordinary people, reminding the reader of next door neighbors, cousins, and the like, thereby providing a great ability to relate to the topic. Unlike his national contemporaries, he was able to write about the intricacies of Indian society without having to modify his characteristic simplicity to conform to trends and fashions in fiction writing. He also employed the use of nonsense dialogue prose with gentle Tamil overtones based on the nature of his characters. Critics have considered Narayan to be the Indian Chekhov due to the similarities in their writings, the simplicity and the gentle beauty and humor in tragic situations. Green considered Narayan to be more similar to Chekhov than any Indian writer. Anthony West of the New Yorker considered Narayan's writing to be of the realism variety of Nikolai Gogol. Malgudi is a fictional, fully urban town in southern India, conjured by Narayan. He created the town in September 1930 on Vijayadashmi, an auspicious day to start new efforts and thus chosen for him by his grandfather. As he mentioned in a letter interview to his biographer Susan and Ram, in his mind he first saw a railway station and slowly the name Malgudi came to him. The fictional town of Malgudi was first introduced in Swami and Friends. The town was created with an impeccable historical record dating to the Ramayana days when it was noted that Lord Rama passed through. It was also said that the Buddha visited the town during his travels. While Narayan never provided strict physical constraints for the town, he allowed it to form shape with events in various stories, becoming a reference point for the future. Dr. James M. Pennelly, a scholar of Narayan's works, created a map of Malgudi based on the fictional descriptors of the town from the many books and stories. Malgudi evolved with the changing political landscape of India. In the 1980s, when the nationalistic fervor in India dedicated the changing of British names of towns and localities and removal of British landmarks, Malgudi's mayor and city council removed the long-standing statue of Frederick Lawley, one of Malgudi's early residents. However, when the Historical Society showed proof that Lawley was strong in his support of the Indian independence movement, the council was forced to undo all their earlier actions. Narayan first broke through the help of Graham Greene, who upon reading Swaminathan and Tate took it upon himself to work as Narayan's agent for the book. He was also significant in changing the title to more appropriate Swami and Friends, and in finding publishers for Narayan's next few books. While Narayan's early works were not commercial successes, other authors of the time began to notice him. Somerset Maugham, on a trip to Mysore in 1938, had asked to meet Narayan, but not enough people had heard of him to actually effect the meeting. Maugham subsequently read Narayan's The Dark Room and wrote to him expressing his admiration. Another contemporary writer who took a liking to Narayan's early works was E. M. Forster, an author who shared his dry and humorous narrative, so much so that Narayan was labeled the South Indian E. M. Forster by critics. Despite his popularity with the reading public and fellow writers, Narayan's work has not received the same amount of critical exploration according to other writers of his stature. Narayan's success in the United States came a little later, when Michigan State University Press started publishing his books. His first visit to the country was on a fellowship from the Rockefeller Foundation, and he lectured at various universities including Michigan State University and the University of California, Berkeley. Around this time, John Updike noticed his work and compared Narayan to Charles Dickens. In a review of Narayan's works published in the New Yorker, Updike called him a writer of vanishing breed. The writer, as a citizen, one who identifies completely with his subjects and with a belief in the significance of humanity. Having published many novels, essays, and short stories, Narayan is credited with bringing Indian writing to the rest of the world. While he has been regarded as one of India's greatest writers of the 20th century, critics have also described his writings with adjectives such as charming, harmless, and benign. The Financial Expert was hailed as one of the most original works of 1951, and Sahitya Academy Award winner The Guide was adapted for the film, winning a Filmfare Award for Best Film and for Broadway. Narayan's greatest achievement was making India accessible to the outside world through his literature. He is regarded as one of the three leading English language Indian fiction writers, along with Raja Rao and Mulk Raj Anand. He gave his readers something to look forward to with Malgudi and its residents, and is considered to be one of the best novelists India has ever produced. He brought small town India to his audience in a manner that was both believable and experimental. Malgudi was not just a fictional town in India, but one teeming with characters, each with their own idiosyncrasies and attitudes, making the situation as familiar to the reader as if it were their own backyard. Narayan won numerous awards during the course of his literary career. He won his first major award in 1960, the Sahitya Academy Award, for his book The Guide. When the book was made into a film, he received the Filmfare Award for the best story. In 1964, he received the Padma Bhushan during the Republic Day honors. In 1980, he was awarded the A.C. Benson Medal by the British Royal Society of Literature, of which he was an honorary member. In 1982, he was elected an honorary member of the American Academy of Arts and Letters. He was nominated for the Nobel Prize in Literature multiple times, but never won the honor. In 1986, he was honored by Rajyotsav Prashasti from Government of Karnataka. Recognition also came in the form of honorary doctorates conferred by the University of Leeds in 1967, Delhi University in 1973, and the University of Mysore in 1976. Towards the end of his career, Narayan was nominated to the upper house of the Indian Parliament for 6 years term. He has written so many novels: Swami and Friends, The Bachelor of Arts, The Dark Room, The English Teacher, Mr. Sampath, The Financial Experts, Waiting for the Mahatma, The Guide, The Man-Eater of Malgudi, The Vendor of Sweets, The Painter of Science, A Tiger for Malgudi, Talkative Man, The Word of Nagraj, Grandmother's Tale. The mythological elements are found in gods, demons, and others. The Ramayana, 1972, Malgudi Days, 1942, and Astrologer Day in 1947. The Mahabharata in 1978, A Horse and Two Goats, 1970, Under the Banyan Tree and Other Stories, 1985, The Grandmother's Tale and Selected Stories, 1994. Narayan Swami Krishna Swami Rashipuram has born on 10 October 1906 and died on 30th May 2001. Better known as R K Narayanan, was an Indian writer and novelist known for his work set in the fictional South Indian town of Malgudi. He was a leading author of early Indian literature in English along with Mulk Raj Anand, and Raja Rao. Narayan's mentor and friend Graham Greene was instrumental in getting publishers for Narayan's first 4 books, including the semi-autobiographical trilogy of Swami and Friends, The Bachelor of Arts and The English Teacher. Narayan highlights the social context and everyday life of his characters. He has been compared to William Faulkner, who created a similar fictional elements in his writings. Swami is mischievous and talkative little kid of about 10 years old. He cannot stay at one place. He hates going to school, hates mathematics, even worse. School is a frightening and unpleasant experience for him. He always gets into trouble and a good beating from his father. All he wants to do is play under the sun, kick something, climb a tree, break or damage something, and harass somebody. This is a typical life of the kid called the Swami. Do you think that even today most of our kids like to live the life Swami was living? And the answer is yes. I definitely think so, will be the answer of anyone. It is the natural instinct of most of the kids to play, to make fun, to play mischiefs and enjoy their life like Swami. They try to avoid going to school under some pretext and dislike to learn some particular subjects. They often get beaten for their naughtiness, mistakes and their mischievous deeds. They do anything that comes to their mind unintentionally. Why some parents may be worried about the description of a mischievous 10-year-old boy in the book? What does the reviewer say about it? Some parents may be worried about the description of mischievous 10-year-old boy because they think that might influence their already mischievous children. But the reviewer reassures them that the book describes the mischief of the kids in a view of the kid which is harmless and pure. Also, amidst all the mischief and naughtiness, we actually find that Swami is a loving and tender kid who is really very sensitive. And it is known fact that mischievous kids are most sensitive and loving people of all. So this is the message and the description conveys to all of us. Children all over the world and of all the times are the same. The only difference between them is that many of today's children keep themselves busy in mobiles, other gadgets and mobiles games instead of playing in open space. R K Narayan has produced many of the outstanding literary works in India has ever produced.